A biblical perspective on life, culture and current events. This is 2020 on Vision.
Well, there may be lots of ways that you can wave a flag for children who don't make it through a pregnancy. Well, our next two guests are so passionate in their pro-life cause that they've focused their coffee business on getting out the message that babies are valuable, abortion is bad, and there needs to be care for mothers through a very vulnerable time. Anthony and Hannah Farrugia launched Little Bean as Australia's first pro-life coffee company. And Anthony and Hannah are joining me. Hey, Anthony, special welcome to you.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. And Hannah, welcome along.
Hi.
Hey, you've only just launched in September, and the inaugural blend is called Imago Dei. Not everyone understands what that means, but give us your impression as to why you've chosen a name like that for your first coffee blend.
100%. So thank you for the introduction. Really appreciate it. We're very happy to be here. So yeah, Imago Dei, in the image of God. We a deep part in our heart is that, every life is valuable and every human life is valuable, including the unborn. And we believe that, every human is made in the image of God. So it's a very simple meaning, very, fundamental thing for us. And, we thought, what a better name for the blend?
And, a pro-life way, talking about God. We're created in his image. We're created in his likeness. And it's what gives humanity value. That Imago Dei, what gives babies in the womb that real value. Hey, let's talk Little Bean for a moment. This is the name of your coffee company. Hannah, a nickname that you and Anthony have for your 2-year-old daughter. Tell us about Little Bean.
Well, when our daughter was in the womb, she was obviously very small on the ultrasounds, and she looked like a little bean. Anyone that's seen an ultrasound, a little baby looks like a little bean with a little heartbeat. And yeah, it felt fitting to call it Little Bean because, well, coffee beans, obviously, but, the overlap between preborn children and coffee.
And, Little Bean, whenever you look at those images, when you're talking about the ultrasound or those pictures that you can see in pro-life magazines or pro-life sites online, where you can see the development of this child from embryo through to birth. And there are little times in there, aren't there, where that little bean, it just, that baby in the womb just looks like a little bean. And that's obviously where you've, really come up with this alignment.
Yeah. And we didn't lose the nickname for her. She's still our little bean. We still call her our little bean. And it kind of just showed the continuation that she was that little bean that we saw on the ultrasound. There's no difference between that little, 7-week-old baby to this baby that we have now.
Wonderful. Hey, you know what? Some people will say that is a great name, Little Bean Coffee Company. You've got the Imago Dei blend, but is it going to taste good? Anthony, the quality of your coffee, tell us about it.
Yeah, 100%. It's a great question. I'm sure everyone, who is pro-life is behind it because of the pro-life cause, but obviously it's a big, important thing that the coffee should actually taste good. And we wouldn't punish anyone with having to drink bad coffee because, I know that coffee is an important part of everyone's day, as it is mine. And yes, because of that, I used to work as a barista. Hannah, used to drink instant coffee with 4 sugars, so we won't trust her opinion. But yeah, from my opinion, having worked in coffee for several years, I can definitely tell that it is a good taste. And we've given it out to a bunch of different coffee bean tasters and reviewers who have actually given us great feedback as well. There's a lot of coffee connoisseurs these days, self-confessed coffee connoisseurs as well, who have definitely taken it and given very good feedback, which we weren't expecting, because usually sometimes with these things people will just try to be negative about things. Unfortunately, we've actually received very, very positive feedback on the quality of the beans as well. So yeah.
All right, it's a thumbs up for the quality of the coffee that you've got there, and this, this new blend, the Imago Day blend, and the Little Bean Coffee Company. Hey, 10% of your Little Bean profits going to pregnancy support centres across Australia and helping women to choose life through practical, real-world support. I'm just noting here a couple of those that you're supporting: Diamond Women and Pregnancy Help Australia. These are organisations I've spoken to in times past. Outstanding, the work that they do, the care for those mothers going through this very difficult time. I wonder if you've got some thoughts here, Hannah, on the work that these organisations do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know much about our story. We actually got pregnant fairly young. I mean, we're still young, but it was a bit of an unplanned pregnancy. And at the time, during the whole pregnancy, we didn't know that pregnancy resource centres were actually a thing. So it was actually after the fact we kind of found out about all the services that they offer, and the fact that a lot of people who do fall pregnant, whatever their circumstances, they don't hear about these resource centres because there's like a massive lack of funding. And only recently, like this year, I looked into the different services that they do offer, and it's unbelievable. Like, they offer products, nappies, prams, abortion decision counselling, like in general. What other services are there?
Even just, being a friend to people that are going through
mentors,
this. Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of the focus, is always on the mother, as it should be. But some of these centres and, support centres do is actually support the father as well, who might not be sure of this, or, might be struggling with this as well. So, it's something that we truly believe that it would have helped us so much in that moment as well when we were going through that decision.
How do you know about them? Yeah, they can even help you, like, if you're a mother, like getting a job, they'll help you with all those kinds of things, which is just insane. I feel like a lot of people don't know that that's a thing, but it is a thing. And we just no strings attached from them. They just want to support and help out, and they have the same beliefs as us, and it's just it's a perfect fit. So yeah.
We're talking about organisations like that, and you've taken us into your story a little there. When you were having those ultrasounds and you were going through all of the stresses and the challenges, and there are struggles with what happens next when you've got an unplanned pregnancy, there are often well-meaning people who want to encourage an abortion. Was that the case for you at all?
Yeah, it was, because, we were in a, community where if it is an unplanned pregnancy, if it's not, the perfect situation, it's kind of the default. Yeah, it's the compassionate thing to do, is to get an abortion and to encourage the woman to get an abortion, because the alternative is so scary. And that actually ended up being a complete cultural lie. And I mean, we look back at that time and just think, thank God we didn't, listen to those voices, honestly.
And you realised, you might even take us back to a moment when you did realise that your baby matters a whole lot more than your circumstances. How do you reflect on that? And I'll come to Anthony on that, because sometimes we don't hear a man's view, but you must have come to this understanding together. This baby is beautiful and this baby is valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, from our perspective, going through that journey and having, people, give this advice and, kind of pressure us in a certain direction, there's a point where, through speaking with Hannah, speaking with people who do value life, that you make that decision, and to some degree you have to have faith. You have to have faith that, I'm not the most important thing in this situation. This unborn baby is more important than me, more important than us, more important than anything we have going on. Because at the end of the day, if we look at our own lives and we look back at everything that we've gone through, all of the complex decisions and, small little moments that we have, that seemingly small decision of, having an abortion or not can basically just wipe that whole experience out for someone. And I think when you you zoom out and look at it from that perspective, it's very hard to, think of yourself as someone who even has the ability to make that choice. And when it came to that, it just felt, it's just there's only one thing to do, and that's to have the baby.
Yes, and a special honour to the two of you. And, having gone through that very fiery trial of having to deal with all of those circumstances and everything that goes along with an unplanned pregnancy, now you have your sails set and the wind is in your sails and you've got an amazing idea. You've got the Little Bean Coffee Company and you've got your first blend, the Imago Dei blend. You're setting up stalls in your home city, I might just say is Wollongong, but you're travelling around, setting up stalls. What sort of reaction are you getting from people when you're at a pro-life rally or you're at a fair or whatever it might be? What sort of reaction are you getting from people who are seeing Little Bean Coffee and Imago Dei? What sort of reaction are you getting?
I think, at these events, fortunately, a lot of the people there are pro-life, which definitely helps. I think everyone's, a lot of people have heard of, 7 Weeks Coffee in the US and, basically have tried to purchase that coffee, but, they're unable to. So they're very happy that they can, support a cause that they believe in with something as simple as, purchasing their coffee. And then on the other edge of things as well, if we talk about people who aren't pro-life, we've been, surprised and overwhelmed with the support of the people that, traditionally haven't, expressed their pro-life values and beliefs. And we've seen that they actually do believe this. And, and it's just, we're very proud of being able to, have these conversations with people and just continue the conversation, hopefully help towards that cause as well. So,
there will be pushback. Some people already won't like you because you're actually making a pro-life stance, but you've got the most amazing line, no doubt. Hey, chill out. Enjoy a coffee and you can do something very friendly like that. Hey, for listeners, now here's an opportunity to support what is a business. It's been launched. It's the Little Bean Coffee Company, Australia's first pro-life coffee company. But you can order these beans online. The Imago Dei blend is the inaugural blend. And so for listeners, wherever you might be listening, if you're a coffee drinker, you might want to jot down this website, littlebean.au. littlebean.au, and you'll be able to have coffee delivered to your door out of the base that has been developed now by Anthony and Hannah in Wollongong. Why don't you support this fabulous endeavour? It is a pro-life coffee company. And to you, Anthony, and to Hannah, thank you so much for taking some time to share your story and your heart. And I know that there'll be lots of people listening to us who are really, really passionately pro-life. They'll want to get a hold of your coffee, but you've got a cheer squad cheering you on. So keep up the great work and do keep us in the loop if there's any developments. Thanks so much, Anthony. Thanks so much, Hannah.
Thank you, Neil.
Thank you so much.
And did I hear Little Bean in the background too?
Yes. Yes. For me.
That is the Little Bean.
I have to go.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.